I'm Kath, I'm back. I don't like leaving it too long. Whoops, hang on, I'm bending a bit. Let's see if I can put you up a little bit. There we go. We're all on track now. Yeah, it's been a little while. I don't like going too long over a week, but when I explain what's been happening, I'm sure you can understand. I had a problem with my back. Now, over the last 4 years, I've been to and fro into the doctors about it, and obviously I know exactly what's caused it. You know, I like going down the garden centre as well as sewing, and my garden is stoned. I haven't got that big of a garden, so I stoned it all and put some little pots everywhere. But the pots really needed that little plastic container to go inside them. Then when it's dead, you can just throw the plastic container away. But I wouldn't. I would be there trying to shake this plant out of this great big pot and be having it up in my arms. And I think I do pull my back a lot when I do gardening. But as when we sew and when we like arts and crafts and things like that, we tend to like to visualize nice things. And when I'm in the garden, I do love to see a little pop of color, something pretty. See, if I was to sit out there and have a cup of tea, and if I said, oh, I don't want to do no gardening, I wouldn't have anything nice to look at. So putting some plants in a plant pot out there, I should have thought about it. I should have got that little plastic container and stuck it in these big ceramic pots, because then, like you say, you can just chuck that when it dies. So there is ways around caring for your back a little bit more. Now, that wasn't wholly and solely reason why I've left it a little bit longer. It's because we had a trip up to Bournemouth because I wanted a scan on my back, just to see what was going on, and I didn't want to go in too much of an enclosed scan, and there was one you could go to up in Bournemouth which was more open. So my husband said, that's the one you need. He said, come on, we'll do that, and we'll get a nice hotel up there. It was a little bit unexpected, but when he said we'll stay in the Marriott, which one was it? See if I can remember the name. The Cliffside, is it? No, High Cliff Marriott Hotel in Bournemouth near the seafront. I filmed it, and it was beautiful, absolutely beautiful. When he booked the hotel and done it, I generally take care of that, and I'll have a good look online to see if I like it first. But because I do love my hotels, and he done all that, so I'm thinking, well, I hope it's right. And it was. Oh, the Marriott was beautiful. So he done me proud. And when we got up there, as per usual, we thought we'd nip into the local town and we'd have an evening meal and all like that. But I don't know why. I don't know what it is. You know, when you're away from your sort of sewing room and that, and when you're home and you can go in it as many times as you want, sometimes it's hard to actually get in there to do it. But the minute you move me away from being able to go in there and crack on with something, I pine to do it. I'm sure you can understand what I mean by that. So up there I was pining for a fabric shop and things like that, and I did. I found Fabricland. And I found another sewing shop in Bournemouth itself. Now, before I show you all that, I'd like to just say a little bit more about my back. I think I have had a test to see if I've got osteoporosis. That wasn't the scan this time. I had that about a year ago. And they said I've got the start of it. And it was my dear cousin who gave me the heads up about my aunties that had it. And she said, you want to make sure you get checked out, she said, and which I did. And I caught it all just in time, I think. And I'm on calcium tablets, vitamin D and calcium tablets for that. And when I started them, my back did feel a little stronger. So then, as per usual, I go out swinging these pots around in the garden, you know, thinking, oh yes, now this would be lovely when I come out and have a cup of tea, because I'll be able to see this pretty little flower. I don't think, no, you're going to go bed tonight popping tablets with your back. That don't come into it. But I'm 60. So we really have got to take care of ourselves when we get older, and we've got to think about our posture. Like now, I did not want to ever not be able to sew. So I will do another indents sewing room tour, and I shall tell you what I done. Can never say that word. The ergonomics I think that's the right word, and how I got everything right so that I wouldn't strain my back. I bought a horn table which my sewing machine could drop into, and then this chair I'm sitting in now, I got my feet firmly on the ground and I can sit with full support on my back. I'm just going to jump up, but I don't think you can really see it. Let's see if I can, up for down, is it? Yeah, this is my chair here. Go down a little bit more. This is my chair here. If I go back, this is my own chair, and it is so comfy. It wasn't cheap, you know, you're talking £300 odd, but it really is support on my back, and it stops me from, you know, popping painkillers when I'm in agony. It really is a lovely, oops, didn't sit down very nicely then. Right, now, up for down, no, down for up. This gimbal, I'll never get the hang of it. Now my head's chopped off. Oh, I get there. I shouldn't have played around with it, should I? Well, I can come down a little bit more. There, now I'm all into perspective, aren't I? Now, everything went well with the scan. They just said I've got to be careful with my posture and not go swinging these pots around, because she did ask me, do I do any lifting? And you have got to start to take care of yourself when you get older. So this chair really is comfy, and with the own cabinet then I can sew, and you know, even if my back is aching, I'll come up and sit in this chair, get me posture all nice and straight, and it'll do me good. So when I was up in Bournemouth, like I said, pining for some sewing shops, my husband said, well, there might be a shopping mall here somewhere, you can go in the shops, but the shops don't always interest me, because I'm always thinking I get fed up having to try 10 dresses on to get just one that barely sort of I feel comfortable in, you know. I did buy one in phase 8 because they had a sale on, and it was only £49, and it looked like it had 3 yards of material, so I didn't think that was bad, and I bought that before I went away. But when I went away, I did wear my made dresses. I wore the leopard, not the leopard one, what is it, animal print one in the browns and cream and golds. I wore that one, and I felt quite nice in the evening when we went down for an evening meal, and we had a lovely steak and chips. A little bit nervous about my scan, because I do tend to get nervous, but like my husband said, come on, you're going, we want to sort you back out and make sure you're all right, which was nice. And I think although I haven't had all the results back for that, they said that there's nothing visually that they could see to worry about. They said, so you just got to keep your posture right, and be a little careful and be good when I'm gardening. You know, I have got to be good there. And I got to stop this weeding as well, because even though we got the stone everywhere, front and back, and it's open plan in the front, a few little weeds do pop up, and you've got to bend yourself right in half to pick them all up. And I have got the start of osteoporosis, but they said I have caught that in time, because I had the test for that done last year. And I know you've got to build muscle a bit by doing a few weights and things like that. So I've seen some little dumbbells in Argos. I might get some, and it'll tone my arms up as well as strengthen the bones. So I'm going to do that. So I just like to say, anyone out there that does suffer with their back, go and check out for osteoporosis as well. There's a couple of tests you can have done. and take good care of yourself, you know, because if you love arts and things like that, you know, I like textile art, I like sewing dresses, and I like quilting. So there's a lot of time when you're you know, on your sewing machine, so you've got to take care of yourself and try and sit right, and when you do your garden, think beforehand, think, well, if I do all those weeds, will I be popping tablets? And it might be better just to put a little bit of, you know, weed killer weed killer on them instead. You know, you have got to take care, and no more swinging them pots around, because like I said just now, I will put them in the actual ceramic pot, throw the earth in, thinking, I can see 2 holes, this will be fine for drainage, you know, and if I was to put a little plastic pot inside them, when they die, you could just sling it, you know, you could say, right, let's just bin that now, and I'll fill it with some fresh earth and get another plastic one that can fit inside. But no, what do? I try and yank the plant out, and I'm pulling and I'm dragging and I'm bending, and all across my shoulders, and it's in between my shoulder blades where I get it, you know. And since I've had the own table, and this has been in the own table, the posture is a lot better, you know, and the chair is very comfortable as well. Now, when I went to Bournemouth, I went in Fabricland. I'm just trying to think, have I got I had a little card, and it told me the name of the other sewing shop, but I can soon tell you that. This was Fabricland, although now that looks see-through. In the shop it didn't look see-through, I'm not too sure. Anyway, I bought this one. It's just been washed, because I like to make sure, I know it's viscose, but I just like to make sure that I take any shrinkage out of it. And I thought the colours on this is a bit wrinkly because I haven't ironed it yet. But there we go. I just thought that was really, really quite lovely. I'm trying to peer around it, and there we go. Oh, it's beautiful. I was really reasonable, so I thought, right, I'm going to go for 3 meters of this, and now I can do a nice dress and put one of those little tiers on the bottom. I don't have to have too much fabric around the waist, and I can do one of those very modern sort of gathering at the bottom, perhaps, something like that, you know. It was a bit overcast when we went, but like I said, a warmy animal print dress. I took the last one I made, the purpley coloured one, the one with all the different lights and dark purples on it, and a little bit of plum piping I done around the neck, and I wore that one. I wore that one up actually, because that one was short sleeved and it was nice and cool. But suddenly my car is playing up, not mechanically, but the aircon has stopped working, and you've got to have the windows down. So by the time I got there, I had earache and neck ache because it was pounding in your ears. But I have got a new car coming, so I thought best not moan then about that. But it wasn't very nice without the aircon. Anyway, in Fabricland, I bought this one. I nearly bought another one that was like a tie-dye type of one in cream and purpley shades. But I thought it was a bit too similar to one I'd already got, so I decided not to. But Fabricland was priced very reasonable. I wish I did. I shall only know whether whether this feel whether this fabric turns out to be a good one or not, so I shall let you know on that. And we went, I think it's Haberdashery Do, I think. I might have pronounced that wrong, but that was in Bournemouth. I'll put their little card up so you can see where that was to. And I bought this one. You laugh at me in the shop. I thought, oh, I like this. Oh, look at that one. And then when I stood back, I'd pulled them all out. And then I had some of them falling on the floor. So you'll see all that in a minute. Now, here we are. Oh, I love this. In fact, I think it's upside down. Yeah, let's do it the other way. Now, I haven't got a pattern in mind for this, but I shall find one and let you know, because I'm going to use that dotted fabric and do that wrap over dress, which was more of a rigid pattern. This one I think will probably go for a nice dress with a bit more gathering in, I would have thought. Although I suppose it's possible. I could see how the two pan out on the same style. We'll do another one. I showed you that dotted fabric. I'm going to go over there in a minute and show you how I've laid the fabric out for that. Yeah, I absolutely love this, and it feels so silky and so soft. And this was Fabricland. No, haberdashery do, or something like that, wasn't it? You'll probably laugh when you see the true wording of it, and that was in Bournemouth. Now, before I actually went to Bournemouth, I thought, well, I needed a few things in my local sewing studio. It's called the Sewing Studio in Redruth. I thought in Cornwall. So this was Cornwall before I went. I thought I'll go in there. And there was a lovely lady behind the counter, saw me come in with my camera on, and I turned it off to ask if I could film. And she said, oh, I'll turn the music off if you like, so that you could, because YouTube don't like music playing, because you've got to give, royalties and that to that. So without breaking any rules, she turned it off for me. So I thought that was lovely, and she was so pleased I was going to do it. But no sooner I started to, a big truck pulled up right outside with a delivery. And there was a lot of chatting going on to and froing with that, but I still managed to film, because the reason why I wanted to film that shop, because I am so lucky to have a shop that actually sells good quality machines. I mean, they do the Brother, they do the top of the line Brother, right through, right the whole range right through, you know. And so machines that I'd looked at and think, my God, I remember sewing on that, or back in the 80s and one in the 90s. Now, whether it was more of a newer model, I don't know, but I just remember the sort of setup of it, you know, when I looked at the front of them. You know, I remember that dial in the front, and I remember the little LED thing, the LED crystal display, and thinking I was so lucky to have that little LED crystal display. And yeah, years ago, when my two boys were tiny, all the Bermuda shorts were in. So I used to get a little funky bit of material, and they were so easy to make. And they used to just wear them out to play, you know, and to the beach, you know. And I loved doing that. And then I used to make them some little khaki ones, you know, for weekends and things like that. And when I had my daughter was born 1990, and I used to make rag dolls then, and I used to sell them. And they had the big floppy hats with the plaits coming down, and the dresses were like little smock dresses, and they used to do a little shirt that went underneath with a frilly collar. Then I used to put a dress on over the top, and all the bloomers. Oh, there used to be a lot that went into it, and it used to take me a while, you know, to complete one. And I used to sell them. And I kept a few, but so we've moved house a few times, so God knows where they're all to now. But I absolutely adored doing them, because I used to do them, if say I'd done one in like a peachy colour, I would have like flowery peachy colour on the top, and then I would blend it with plain bloomer. When I'd done the bloomers and all underneath, they would be in like a plain peach, and then the dress would be like a little dolly mixture, so you would have little lights and dark tones together with them. I put a lot of work into doing them, actually. If ever I get my hands on one, I'd love to show you. And like I said, the big floppy hats, all in the dolly mixture fabric. Very similar to the Tilda fabric, that sort of fabric I use for them. And yeah, we had a lovely time away, and I filmed it all. And when we walked into the hotel in Bournemouth, I knew it was a lovely hotel, because there we were with a beautiful sea view right outside the window, and you could look right down and see all the sand. But I didn't sleep the first night I was there, because I'm such a light sleeper. And there must have been some sort of prom or something going on. I don't know if it's the right time of the year for that or what, but there was like limousines turning up and people getting out. I don't know if they were actually coming in the hotel or going down on the beach, or what was what with it all, or whether they were going down on the pier, but they were all getting out of the car right outside where we were too, like, you know. And I was looking at all the dresses that the young girls had, and I was going, oh, look at that one. Oh, and I was like, you know, midnight still peering behind the curtains and having a look. And then when I got in bed, I couldn't sleep, you know, because there was the noise didn't really settle down until early hours of the morning, and by then I was sort of stressed I couldn't sleep, so it took me another hour on top of that to get off to sleep. And my husband gets up at 4 in the morning every day for work, so he couldn't sleep on much past 5 o'clock and got restless and woke me up then as well. So I was a little bit teasy when I got up. So he said to me, look, if you cheer up, my bird, I'll have a look, see if we can find you a little sewing shop to go to. So I said, I'm fine. I really am fine. And I felt a bit mean then. And I said that, no, it's all right. We'll just do whatever while we're up here and we'll go. Where's this thing?
Coming up to Dorchester, about 4 miles from Dorchester in Dorset.
Okay. There we go. Another, just so that you can see the size of the hotel. It's not small. One of those rooms up there were ours. Obviously we were facing the front, so I'm not sure which room it was. Which room do you think was ours, Vic? There we are. This is our hotel in Bournemouth. That's the bed. And we've got a lovely sea view out the window. How lovely is that? Oh, it's like being back in Falmouth. But we're in Bournemouth. I'll just slowly walk backwards a moment, show you around the rest of the room. Hi, I hope you like that hotel, but just to explain, that water you hear running in the background was my husband pouring us up a glass of water. So it didn't sound very nice, so I thought I better explain that. See you in a minute. Oh, there, look, just out the window I can see Bournemouth Pier. I never knew that was all there. Oh, I shall have to go down there tomorrow and walk along that. I doubt if there'd be a sewing shop there though. And down here, yeah, it is, but down here, I thought I saw some tables. You can't see them. Yeah, it reminds me of my Falmouth. But at least you can see the sea a little bit more, and a little bit more sand. I'm still in Bournemouth, but when we just checked out the hotel, oh, that was a beautiful hotel. We didn't know what to do. My husband said, should we go into the town? But as I like to sew, I was thinking, no, I'd rather have a fabric shop. So I've come here to Fabric Land, and I'm now going to walk in the door. I will turn it off no sooner I get in the door, so I can ask first before I film. Now this is coming out brown, but it's like a purpley shade. I don't know if I like this one or not. It is a bit of a mauvey, purpley. Let's see if I can stand back. I love anything abstract and this type of colour. And it's quite reasonable. I mean, the prices, as you can see here, look, are are quite reasonable, and it is a viscose, 100% viscose, and I like that. It's not creasing too bad, and it doesn't seem to be see-through. Putting my hand there. So some nice ones here. Right, I better put this one back a minute. We'll have a think. Pulled another one out. This is like your £4.50 odd price one. Oh, the lights tend to be shimmering a bit. I got to be careful because I just suffer with migraines. Oh, but this is so soft and beautiful. And those, I am a big lover of like natural colours. It's just that I am a bit pale skinned, that's the only thing. But I, believe it or not, I used to have really dark hair, really dark. Yeah, I do like it. So I'm spoiled for choice. I don't know what to do. I like this one as well because I know I won't be back this way. So this one has got a lovely bit of colour in it. And I love these colours. But moving along over here, oh, that's pretty too. That's nice. They don't feel see-through. I've put my hand behind. I know you got to see if the light, it all depends how the light is shining. There's a possibility, but I can't see my hand through it. But I always do get a bit of sheeting down Traeger Mills to sort of do as a bit of lining, and it's cotton as well. I don't buy a lot in Traeger Mills, like I always say, for my dress fabrics. I try to venture around for that, but I'm really loving what they got in here. Fabric Land in Bournemouth. I think that's quite smart actually. I want something to look quite smart. That would look lovely in a top or a dress, but I always have been pulled to these colours, you know, and it's abstract as well, you know. But I've got a new car coming, so I've got to be good really. Mustn't be too naughty. Let's have a look here. These are more cotton loins. These are very fine, but silky and lovely texture. I generally love feeling fabric, and you know, feeling this. It really does feel nice. It's good quality. Another sewing shop in Bournemouth. We've just come in. It's a little nice lot of books like we've seen in Madrid. Oh, aren't they lovely? It's that one there.
We do have an extra strong
Nice.
I'll show you it just before this.
Quite like this. This looks rather nice. This one, I pulled it out just now and I've tried to tidy that wide. I had to pull them all out. But this one here, oh, this is lovely. Really like that. Like that one. And this one looks really lovely. I love that. Looked at that one just now. Love that one. They're all about £11. Double gauze. Oh, that's so thick. And that's a lovely colour, isn't it? That's a double gauze, that is. Oh, that's silky. I could buy some more fabric, but I'm trying to be good. That's nice too. Oh, how cute they are, like little pair of shorts for a little tiny little person, and that's so cute. Let's just show you that. So simple but so pretty, isn't it? I love that. Just put that back. Could do with this in my sewing room. Hi, I hope you like that trip away. I did film the sewing studio before I went in Redruth, so I'm just going to pop a few clips of all their lovely sewing machines, and you can see what they do, because they, like I said, they do right through to the top end sewing machines, so you can have a little quick look at what the sewing studio in Redruth does, and that's in Cornwall, very close by me. Here we are in the sewing shop now. And that's the Stella Air, look, wow. That would be a beauty, wouldn't it? I wouldn't say no to that.
Yeah, in the afternoon it's disgusting.
And there's another brother in Novus.
Look at your socks.
Just my socks.
That's the V5. I'll just come down and show you what it says, what that machine is. V5 LE. Some more brothers up here. I remember that one. I'm sure I had something similar to that. Oh, good 20 years ago. They've just brought a more modern version out. That one does look a really cute one, doesn't it? That one there. Be ideal if you went to like some sewing lessons and wanted one to take. There we go. And down here there's the Novus Q2. Now that one I think is embroidery only. Oh no, it's a sewing machine. There we go. And this is similar to my Bernina I've got at home. I've got the Bernina 1150 MDA. So that one there is quite nice. I nearly bought one up here, right up on the top shelf there. I nearly bought one of them. That was $8.99. That was a brother, but I didn't because I got my Bernina to work in the end. This is the net one. The Bernina.
Okay, how can I help? Okay. That's fair enough.
That looks another surgery. I think if I was to buy one, I'd probably buy it. Oh, I don't know. I wouldn't mind having another sewing machine.
No, so
These are the bananas. And this is my favourite.
yeah.
Wow,
Yeah.
that is a lovely one.
I thought my colleague replied. Possibly. Yeah, so
And that one's 4,250, but I've heard banana are lovely.
it is a quilting cotton, so it's not too stiff, no. But you can certainly use it.
There we go.
And that one's such, yeah. Oh, I think that will be fine for it. Yeah.
There's some more sewing machines down here.
I can find it.
We're now down by the Janome.
How much did that
Now that was similar to what I had when I said I had the 770. It was very similar to that one. Looked very similar, and mine was a similar price. It's just that they change the models, don't they? And I've got one of these little Janomes at home, which is a lovely, lovely machine. Really goes well. I think I've got this one here. I think that's the one I got. I think that's the one, yeah, 36 ODC. Yeah, I think that's the one I got. I had that one. Oh, bought that one about, I'd say 12 years ago, something like that.
They look like they don't drop.
There's some more down here. Now these would be nice if you've got an embroidery machine and you just want a really good quality, nice sort of a hand stitch on a machine, you know. And that one there is 1,299. I bet that's lovely. There's that one. And that one. Hi, I hope you liked all my little drop-ins. Hope you enjoyed this video, and I won't speak again for too long because this video got to be uploaded. So love to you all, and thank you so much for watching. See you next time.